actually they did not say anything about it. Now I'd like to pass to our third argument. It is about safety. And here I would like to say just that now there are a lot of prejudices about the nuclear waste, nuclear energy, and actually there is no such problem. I have already said that there have been only one accident, and do you really think that because of this only one accident we should leave this great opportunity to use nuclear energy that is, as we have proved, is very ecologically beneficial? And I'd like also to say that actually now we have the third generation nuclear plants. They are already operating, and there have been almost not at all accidents, and so you see there is no danger here. To sum up the situation we have by now, I would like to say that our team has proved that there is no CO2 emissions, that nuclear plants are efficient, that they can work using very little fuel. They are much more efficient than coal and gas plants, and at the same time they have no emissions. There is no problem with waste because we can recycle it. There has been only one accident that happened during all the history of nuclear plants, and actually the problem with bombs is ridiculous because bombs have appeared not because of nuclear energy. So dear ladies and gentlemen, think about it and make the right decision. Thank you.
I'd like to thank the lady for her speech and remind Team Lebanon that you have to stand up to offer a point of information. We're not in your cool, chilled-out country right now. It's a real formal debate, so please take part in parliamentary procedures. And now, I would like to call upon Rami to continue the case for the Lebanese. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, our opponents are defending the case of nuclear power as a way to solve the climate crisis and to achieve our energy needs. And they are disregarding all of the other problems, environmental and others, that this technology is creating, just pointing out small benefits while disregarding the big impacts that this technology has. First, they are saying it's a clean process, and they started with this argument, and maybe they think it's their strong argument. We think that's the downside of the nuclear energy. It's not a clean process. We know all the problems related to the wastes. We know all the problems related to the lack of know-how that we still have in the waste treatment. Even if we have harnessed nuclear plants as in themselves, but we cannot handle yet in an accurate way the wastes that are resulting. So we reject completely the fact that nuclear power is a clean process, and we think it's as dirty as coal and as many other technologies based on fossil fuels. And we reject that. Thank you. And they mentioned the fact that nuclear power can bring our energy needs and achieve sustainability. And we are surprised that they care about sustainability, and they are while defending the case of nuclear power. We think when they talk about the third generation of nuclear plants, we would have liked to have numbers about how many third generation nuclear plants are in the world now running, and about their cost. Because when they are defending the case of reliable and ready-to-use technology, we are talking about first and second generators, and when we are talking about third, it's not ready-to-use technology, and therefore is not a solution. It's not a solution to the urgent crisis of climate change. So they are advancing the nuclear case as a sustainable solution that may provide us with our needs, while they are disregarding the feasibility of this solution. Thank you. They advanced the safety issues, saying that there are one accident that happened in the history. Well, we would like to say that there was many accidents. The most important was Chernobyl.
Point of information.
Thank you. One of them happened in the USA, which is known for its know-how in this technology and for its high safety standards. And in the USA, they are talking about recycling of waste. Again, they are disregarding the feasibility of that, since In the US, next year in 2010, all the waste that are spread all around the country, they will be assembled and they will be brought to a shelter in Nevada, because recycling is not yet an economically feasible solution if we consider if it's technically possible now. What we are saying, nuclear technology is a dangerous technology. This was our first argument. First, because of wastes that are still dumped in shelters and they are there for 10,000 years. Second, because of the mining hazards. Who would protect the rights of people in India and in Africa who are digging for the uranium in their communities? Thank you. We say failures are there and they will stay. And they said it's a human mistake. I don't know how this helps their case if it's a human mistake. Humans will do mistakes. Always, even if we achieve the safety they are talking about and the third generation. We say even if it's a third generation, if it's 100% safety plant, do you know any power plant, any nuclear plant that would have withstand the 9/11 attacks? Can we achieve a complete protection all around the world of those plants? We are saying that nuclear energy is expensive. We think that the numbers that they are talking about, that they were pushed by nuclear lobbyists who were disregarding prices related to the insurance, prices related to the treatment and burying of the waste, and price and costs related to the decommissioning of the plants. And those are costs that will come after 20 and 30 years, and at that moment the government would have to pay, and not the private sector and not the lobbyists. My own argument is one of justice. If we say that nuclear energy is the solution, then maybe only countries who have this technology will be benefiting, while developing nations will just be using coal. And if we say that all countries have the right to use this technology, then there are threats of proliferation, then there are threats of terrorism, of diversion, of use of nuclear, of dirty bombs, and of attacking the plants all around the world. And beyond this, it's a matter of justice with future generations. In 1,000 years, no company and no lobbyist and no supporter of the nuclear power today will be living and will be held accountable of a shelter that will start leaking of nuclear waste, and who will be protecting the future generations who will be suffering from a wrong decision we are making now because we want to save the planet. Thank you.
For his speech, and now call upon Martin to continue the case for the world.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so I got a couple of points about which I wanted to speak in my speech. First of all, there was a big discussion about how the nuclear reactors and nuclear power plants are clean or are not clean, or are safe or are not safe. So let me talk, please, point for the point. First of all, there was a talk about waste. So, first of all, ladies and gentlemen, our team proved to you that you need for creating energy from nuclear power only a small amount of uranium. So, it means that for long term you need only small amount of uranium, so you're not creating a huge amount of uranium waste. Second of all, we proved to you that you can recycle it. Okay, maybe right now we're not recycling all the waste, but if, for example, this house would support the nuclear energy, expanding use of nuclear energy, there will be a bigger market about this nuclear waste, and the bigger market will create, for example, biggest recycling, because there will be a biggest